So let's start at the beginning. This is the 8. This is also one of my favorite cards. It kind of depicts a lot of ideas shooting down from the heavens and things that maybe you've wanted to do for a long time. This could be bucket list things, things that you want to change. There's been a lot of change in the air, Aries, and kind of we've been forced to, all signs have been forced to take a really hard look at what we've been stepping in spiritually and to release the things that aren't working for us and create new things. So this is kind of a validation that you have released a lot of the old patterns that either were destructive to you, relationship, self-destructive, but you've made some changes in your world. You've opened up your heart, you've opened up your mind a little bit. So now all the ideas are coming down and being ready to be materialized in the physical world. So take something and run with it. If there's something you've always wanted to do, right now it's a ripe time to plant those seeds, to nurture them. And you know, you have the Empress on one side. So really, and the other gardener on the other side. So really what these great ideas need to be taken from the head and put them into the physical world. So don't be afraid to try something new, whether it's a new job, whether it's a new hobby, you know, joining a group, doing exercise, whatever it is, the things that you've wanted to change, it's ripe for the changing. So pick something and run with it. If it doesn't work, you've got other ideas that you can expand on as well. What crosses you is the Lovers here. And this may mean, for those of you in relationship space, it may mean releasing some old habits in a relationship and making new agreements. It may mean releasing the relationship altogether or creating a space for a new relationship. But it does look like it crosses you. It's kind of hanging heavy in your heart. So make those changes on the interpersonal or the love relationship. As I say, it is a challenge. It is what has been challenging you. So you may have to, you know, speak from your heart, from love and kindness to make those changes. And, you know, it can be anything from creating a new space for a new lover, re-upping your current one, or totally releasing the relationship. So it's up to you which way this card is dictating for you, but it does look like it's a challenge, and it will continue to be so in the month of July. The Fool is here. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean you're doing anything foolish, but it is the beginning of our journey. So it does look like you've released some of the past habits, maybe toxic relationships. So you're kind of starting from the beginning in many respects. The Fool can stand for, you know, don't make the same mistakes twice, but it also can stand for don't be afraid to jump into something new and look foolish for a minute. You know, take a leap of faith, which on the physical in this card, he's taken a leap of faith off the edge. So this feels more in line with take a leap of faith, Aries, versus don't do anything foolish. Although that is always a good thing to have in our head when we are doing new things. This is something that we've repeated and we have had negative results with. So do it a little differently if that is the case. But don't be afraid to jump in and try something different, try something new. So what is in the past position, and this has already become a part of your awareness, or it wouldn't be in the past. This is a 7. So it looks like you have been planting some seeds. You've kind of sowed the soil and made it ready for new ideas. It does look like a lot of new ideas are coming to you. So just pick one. There's something that's right here in your awareness that you're not really taking a look at. So pick one, nurture that, see if it'll grow. If not, you have other options and other choices. But I encourage you to jump through those fears and try something new. This orange is lighting up for me that you have really gone through a big healing, a self-care movement, shall we say. And you're really starting to make your choices and your creature comforts a little more important than other people's drama. So it looks like you have pulled yourself away from other people's drama and kind of really steadfastly starting making you as important as you have others in your life. So that's wonderful. Congratulations, Aries. The death card is here. Does not necessarily mean a physical death. I don't see any people around it, so I don't think it's a physical death. It is next to the Lover's card, which is on top of the Fool card. I mean, the Fool card is on top of that. So this really feels like the ending of something. This could be the end of a relationship, the end of the way that the relationship rules were set up. Could be ending a long streak where you haven't had a partner, but something is coming to an end that has been long overdue, and it is happening right now in the month of July. So for many of you, if you aren't entangled in the lover space, it could be just ending a job that has not really spoken to you and not fed your soul. So there is an ending of something that's pretty important, and the shift is happening right about now. The Empress is here. This is a great card. This can mean nurturing. It can nurturing an idea to fruition. It can mean pregnancy for yourself or for someone around you. Can mean a connection, a spiritual, loving connection where you create something, out of nothing. This is right next to the great ideas card for you, Aries. So I would encourage you to follow through with those great ideas, connect with the people that you need to, gather the information and the research that you need to get this going, but really step into the movement of these ideas, not just thinking about it, because the soil is ripe. When you get the Empress, that means, the seed has been planted. We're going to nurture it. We're going to let it grow. So as I said, it can stand for pregnancy for you or for someone else, but the way that it's sitting here in your reading, in your spread, it really feels like taking those ideas, putting them into the physical world, watering it, nurturing it, watching it grow, kind of mothering it, if you will, Aries. At the bottom of this is the Essence, and it's really finding your balance. It is the two. All twos are really finding your balance. The Pentacles here can mean finding your balance with money or physical things, getting rid of things, finding your balance and making your life a little bit more simplistic than it has been. The ship back here is kind of lighting up for me, both these ships. So there may be something involved in going on a water trip involving a boat of some kind. Could be a cruise, could just be, a zip on the lake, but there's something about water and a boat here. I'm sure it will either mean something to you or not. But in general, the infinity sign here lights up for me. And it feels like you have really released some of the karma that has not been working for you. You've learned some pretty important lessons over the last year or so, and you're trying to find your balance within all those lessons. And, starting anew, how do I do this? So there's a lot of question marks that I'm feeling. How do I do this? Just put one step into the future, and the next step will be clearer to you as you get more and more firmly on your path. But it does look like you've released some karma, and you're finding your balance. It does look like you're finding your balance financially a little bit, which there was a lot of fear around that in past readings. So that's a good thing. The 5 is here as well, and this looks like what I call the crying over spilt milk. There is some sadness around you, some grieving. This may be on a physical level. Someone may have left your life, either transitioned into death or have physically left your life, where it is, a friendship that no longer works and you've released it, a partner, a lover, a marriage. But it does look like an important relationship to you, that you're grieving the loss of it. a little bit. That's fine. It's really important to grieve and to release so we can move on to the next step. But I just wanted to remind you, Aries, that there are two things waiting for you in the wings that you're not really paying attention to. These are really important. They are gifted to you by spirit, and you are not alone in this journey. So don't be afraid to reach out and talk your feelings out so you're able to move past some of that grief space. The Queen of Wands is right here. Now, the Queen can be a very exalted person. This does feel like a person more than a situation. The Queen is usually someone over 30 or someone wise beyond their years. If they were under 30, they represent a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So this may be you as well. It is right next to the grief space. So you may be grieving some part of your life that is no longer the same that it was. And that's what I'm feeling. There's been a big shift in your life and you need to grieve it. But it is making you stronger. You're coming into your power, and as you release more and more and more of this past grief and the past habits that no longer serve you, the stronger you will become in your truth and in your decision making. This flower is lighting up for me a little bit, and it's feeling like, even though it feels like you're stagnant in certain areas or you're kind of stuck in this area, you really are growing with each thing that you meet and master, with each word you speak with love and compassion, and pull your energy back from things that no longer serve you, the more you are growing and healing. The yellow color kind of indicates a brightness and a lightness coming up, because this part of the process is a little bit heavy. It's a little bit heavy, so just turn around and realize the bridge to the new world has a lot to offer you. So don't be afraid to cross over into the unknown, to give it a try. And it looks like everything is ripe for trying something new. This yellow color, this brightness, this new beginnings is what I'm feeling. It is a little scary, but grab your big boy and big girl pants, pull them up, have a full latte, and jump into the unknown. It is not as bad as you think it is, Aries. You're very good at assessing people and situations and knowing when to extricate yourself. So have faith that you have all the tools that you need to make whatever new project you'd like to see succeed happen. The King of Pentacles is here, and he can be a little bit stoic. This is the King of Pentacles is an earth sign, so this is a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. This feels like it's a mentor. This feels like someone who gives good advice. It also feels like there is a shift of awareness. This may be someone that has helped you all your life, and now it's your turn to lend a hand to them, and it feels like more on the physical level. So this could be an aged wise one that's in your life. This could be a father, a brother, someone that needs a little bit of help that doesn't really like to ask for help. So it looks like you're ready to step in and lend a hand to this person. They've always been there for you. They've guided you well, and now it's your turn to give back a little bit. They may not ask, so you may have to use your intuition and kind of assess out the situation when it's appropriate to lend a hand. The Ace of Cups is on the other side. I love the aces. These are the God cards. This is when you're truly on your righteous path, and all your lessons you have kind of met and mastered. You're ready to start anew. Cups stand for emotions, and being in the ace position, that is positive emotions coming to you. So as you learn to kind of navigate life with a little kinder point of view and a little kinder delivery, you will receive more positive emotions back. It does look like you've put the Judgment card down. There's no judgment in here, so you've learned to navigate others pretty well. And this looks like you're using your intuition, you're listening to yourself a little bit more, and you're being rewarded for that on an emotional level. So, and the cup is when it pours into you, and you in turn are able to pour out into the world without losing yourself in the process. So the Ace of Cups, that's a wonderful, emotionally balanced card, and it's one that you're gifted from spirit when you are on the right path. So you truly are. You have the balance here as well as the Ace of Cups. So you're getting your emotional house in order, it feels, and really a lot more on the track of positive growth through positive change instead of tumultuous anger. The High Priestess is on the other side. These are all very high cards, so you have learned quite a lot. And just finding your balance, asking for help, reinitiating some spiritual agreement, and giving to yourself on that spiritual level. For many of you, you may have gone back to church, started yoga, doing writing, walking in nature may be your highest essence and the way that you communicate with the God of your heart. But it does look like you've opened up communication between you and the spirit of your heart, and really paying attention, a lot more attention to life lessons that are coming to you, and you're able to kind of squelch things that you see may fester by speaking your truth with love and kindness and really finding your balance. The High Priestess is one where we're incorporating kind of those higher lessons and bringing them down into the physical plane, where you are really incorporating and embodying more of a spiritual being in how you react or how you navigate life. So that is your reading, sweet Aries, for the month of July. I'm going to throw a couple of these, I think these are past life cards. Yeah, these are past life cards. Yet again, Miss Doreen Virtue. She's great. She brings it on home with just one or two words. So forgiveness. That's really important for you, Aries, for you to forgive yourself and the others involved. The only way we can move past our lessons is by true forgiveness and releasing it. Hence the birds kind of releasing and flying. So forgive yourself for the mistakes that you have made. We learn from each mistake. And embrace that forgiveness for those that you are releasing from your awareness. And if you are releasing a lover situation, forgiveness of yourself and that other person will help facilitate the growth and the happy heart. Food and hunger. So this looks like maybe some of your creature comforts have been tested. I know you are finding balance with your finances, so that may be what this indicates. I know that sometimes fire signs can use food, alcohol, things like this to appease or to comfort. So make sure as you're releasing that you don't go towards food, drugs, alcohol, anything that kind of creates a fuzziness to the reality. This is not a judgment, but when we do something to excess, it stands in the way of our havingness, our releasing, and our growth. So be aware that there's no crutches used while you are going through this process.